Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I am today is June 10 2021. I'm here for my antenatal clinic. Hello everyone, this is Omowunmi here. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch this video. So people have asked me questions on how did you choose your antenatal hospital and to make this video. So in this video I'm going to be talking about tips on how to choose an antenatal clinic for your baby and yourself, and also a place where you want to give birth. All right, so and I'm going to talk about my experience. So when we found out that we were pregnant, and we tested after 1 month. So in my second month, I went to register at an antenatal close to my house. Yes, and then I registered with them. I paid the antenatal fee. But before then, myself and my husband went around the hospitals in our environment, in our community where we live. Some names of the hospitals where we live, in the community where we live. And so we went around these hospitals together. We asked them questions and we found out their packages, what the prices is like. And then we went back home. We didn't choose the one we're going to register in that day. So we went back home and said that we're going to talk about it and then finally choose somewhere. So eventually, the one we decided that we're going to go and register in, I remember that day I went with my younger sister to go and register. By the time we got there, they didn't have power supply. And I only saw, I think it was just one of the staff in the hospital, as big as the hospital was, like just two people. So I asked for the admin. They said they went to get fuel. Okay, so I decided, okay, let me just wait for a while and let's see what will happen. 10 minutes we're still waiting, and they still didn't come back with the fuel. I said, I can't be here. I cannot be in this place, because if this is happening when I want to come and register, what happens if somebody comes in and wants to put to bed in this place and then there's no hair? So that one was a no for me. That was a sign, because even before we finally decided to choose that hospital, we prayed about it. So the first tip I'm going to say is this: pray about it. Yeah, somebody will say prayer. When it's prayer, which one is prayer in choosing antenatal place to give birth? Yes, so please, you have to pray about everything. Hospital is a big deal, actually. So many hospitals have tampered with lives of mothers and their babies by simple mistakes. Yes, you can ask pregnant mothers that have given birth, what are the tests that you're supposed to take while pregnant? What are the drugs that you're supposed to take? Find out if these hospitals know about all those things and if they give it to their pregnant mothers before you register. Another thing to take note of is you also have to check the staff. Are they experienced people? Are they people that know what they are doing, or they are just doing guesswork? I picked another hospital, and this day, the reason I picked this one was because the day I went there, I saw patient there, I was attended to, and I saw patients there, and I noticed that people are really going there. So I registered there, paid for the antenatal, and they told me to go home, that antenatal classes will start. They will tell me about it. And start early. You're going to be going every month. Then when you're close to your due date, they will increase it to 2 weeks. And in some cases, one week. So in my case, when I registered, the first day I registered, I did some tests. They did some tests for me, gave me my result. I asked for the results. They gave me my result. And one thing I would say is this: when you do tests in hospitals, in places, ask for your own copy of the results. Don't let them just keep the result in your file and then you are not even, you don't know what is happening. I asked for the copy of my result. I wanted to know what it is. They checked my blood level. They call it PCV, and they said, okay, the blood was good. They checked my HIV status. They checked everything that they could check for the safety of myself and my baby. And then I saw a doctor. So the doctor checked me and said, okay, the next appointment will be a month later. Okay, so that went on. I think a month later or 2 months, we started antenatal classes where all the other pregnant women would gather, would have classes, would pray, sing, and then they would talk to us about things to expect as a mother. They will find out if you're a first-time mom and things. They just generally educate us. So that went on. So after a while, I decided, okay, now I now went to another hospital to register, and I'm going to tell you why. After a while, I realized that there was something they were supposed to actually, a vaccine called TT, tetanus vaccine, that every pregnant mother should collect while pregnant. At least you collect like two two in pregnancy if you're first time mom, and then there's a way they'll calculate it for you. 6 months later, you calculate another one and all that. I realized that one of the antenatal classes, I think one of my friend called me or we're talking about, and they said, have you collected TT? And I said, I don't even know what that is. So when I went for my next antenatal, I told them that after the class that I haven't collected TT, and they were shocked that, sorry. I said, how can you be so careless with that information? I didn't know they gave me the TT, and there's time to make research. And before then, my friend had been talking about one hospital. It's a bit far to the house. And now, another thing to consider, I said pray about it. Another thing to consider, people register close to their house. But that being said, that doesn't mean that you should now go and register at an hospital that they are not experienced because it's close to your house. That's it. I feel that even if you register in an hospital that is good, like they are professional, and it's a bit far to your house, if you know that your due date is close by, you have a relative close to that environment, you can stay with them. When my labor started, I still had time to get to the hospital, and it wasn't even so far, like 20 minutes away from my house. She had been talking to me about this hospital, about the experience, about how excellent the services are, that I should come there. So when this former hospital I was made the mistake of not giving me that vaccine, and then another mistake of we going for antenatal class, that was one thing that pissed me off. And then we call antenatal classes for 10 a.m. We don't start until 12, or we don't start until 11 o'clock. It's just it's somehow to me. There was a particular day we were supposed to go for the antenatal from the former hospital I was, and I had an appointment again for 2 hours later, because I felt once I get there 10, by 12 we should be done, of which 1 hour is antenatal class is usually for 1 hour. We should be done in 2 hours, and then I can then go for my other appointment. Do you know that we didn't start until that 2 hours? I was really pissed. Like, I was really angry that don't they think that we have things we do with our time? Okay, so I decided to now check out the new hospital my friend had been talking about, and I was already in my 7th month. Yes, so I went to this new hospital. The ambience was wonderful. Another thing you can consider, another tip to consider when you're choosing an antenatal hospital, is the ambience of the place, the excellence service. The ambience was good, even from the gatesman. They were so friendly to the person that opened the door to the hospital, to the nurses, to the midwives. And the people I saw there, the midwives and nurses, are very experienced people. Going to register there, I was attended to so well, and I told them I had been somewhere before, and I'd like to come here. I even thought they would not want to take me in, but they did. They took me in, and that same day they did all the tests they were supposed to do also. I mean, every little detail. They did all the tests. They did a test, and they did a scan for me to know the baby's position, to condition of the baby, to check my EDD and every other thing. Though I told them I had done this somewhere before, but they said they would like to have their own record and know that it's from them. So that's one tip. Check out the services. Check out how they attended to you, the staff, are the experienced people, even from their conversations. You can ask questions and ask them questions. Okay, during my antenatal classes, what are the things I'm supposed to expect during my birth, my labor? When you ask them questions, you know if they're experienced or not, with the way they respond to you. So in this new hospital, I realized that these people are more professional and they know what they are doing. So I decided to stay there. I didn't mind that we had paid somewhere before. We registered in this new place again, and I started going for antenatal. In this place, they had designated time. We used to go every every Thursdays. I used to go every Thursdays for antenatal. And when you come there, in fact, if I'm 20 minutes late, 10 minutes late, they already started. That's it. So I knew that these people are conscious of one's timing, and they are conscious of their own timing. They don't just waste pregnant mother's time. So when you come for antenatal, when they say it's 1 hour, we are there 1 hour and we are out. So another thing is that they are very neat. So you also have to check the hospital you're registering in. Are they very neat people? The first day I went to this new place, they took me around the wards. They took me to the labor room, to the delivery room, and I think I didn't get to the theater. I think that's the only place I didn't enter. But they made sure that I tour around to see where I want to register and where I'll be using. And I saw that this is very neat. When I got home, I gave my feedback. My husband asked for the feedback. I said, one thing I noticed is that they are very neat, they are professional people, and they are friendly. We hear stories of nurses being harsh to pregnant mothers. It's not the case in this new hospital. So those are the things, I think those are the tips that you should consider when you're registering for antenatal. Another thing is also ask for recommendation from friends, from people that have used the hospital before. In the former hospital where I was, I asked for recommendation because when people that stay in our community asked me, like 2-3 people asked me which of the hospitals are using around here, and I told them it was that one. They said, no, the experience they had was not good there. I shouldn't have registered there. First person said, the second person said it out of 3. Okay, the last person said it's very good. But if 2 people already are saying no out of 3, then that no, right? Okay, but for this new hospital, I asked for recommendation. I told you a friend of mine referred me to the place, and the recommendation she gave me was really nice. And even when I registered there and I joined their WhatsApp group, I noticed that I saw other mothers, people that I know. My baby's crying. I have to be out of here, sir. People that I know, but my mom is with him. People that I know that I've put to bed. I saw them on the group. And 1 or 2 of them reached out to me. Oh, congratulations. So they reached out to me. Oh, you're pregnant. Congratulations. Oh, you're in a good place. This hospital is very good. So the recommendation they also gave me was really good. And I also made research. Another thing you should do is make research. So aside asking for recommendations from family and friends that have used the place before, make your research. Find out how is this hospital like, what have they been doing, what is their success rate like, and all that. So, and to cap it all, that's the first thing I said. Make sure you pray. Do not say that, why should I pray about something as simple as that? It's not simple, it's a real deal, it's a big deal. Where you want to give birth to is actually very important. And you also have to start praying about the day you're going to give birth. Start making confessions. And I'm going to do another video of the confessions I made while pregnant and how they helped me. And I'm also going to show you the vlog of my labor, of how our baby came in the hospital, and people came to visit. They were saying, I think I have like 2-3 people that said they really like the environment, the excellent service, and that for their next child, that's people that have given birth before, they are going to go and come and use this place. Some even said, oh, henceforth I'm going to come and be taking my immunization, my baby's immunization year. Henceforth I'm going to be using this hospital. To tell you that one slogan my husband says, and it works: excellence honors God and inspires people. If you do an excellent thing in your profession, in wherever you put your hands to, if you are excellent at it, you're honoring God. God is happy about it. And then you will inspire other people. And that is why pursue success. Follow excellence and success will pursue you. Success, money will pursue you if you're doing something really great. So for this hospital, the new one I registered, I would say that they had an excellent service. And even by me I'd not even opened my mouth to start referring people to come and use there, and people were already saying I'm going to be coming to use this hospital. Pray about it. Make sure you make your research before you go into any hospital. Find out about their services, the staff, are they experienced people. Then ask for referrals from people, recommendations from people. All right, so congratulations on being pregnant. And I'm just going to drop a video of what antenatal looks like in Nigeria, in the new hospital that I registered. Thank you so much for watching. Tips have been useful for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. I didn't even mention that you also have to consider the customer service of the hospital you're registering in. The former hospital I registered in, one of the things that I fault them for is that, and I'm going to write, while I'm doing this video, I've not done this, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to write them a note so that they can improve on it. Feedback is important for every organization. No organization is perfect, actually, but if we can work on our feedbacks from people, then we can become better at what we do. So I realized that I registered with them and I stopped going for antenatals. I stopped going for checkups. They didn't even bother to call to find out, this lady that registered with them, that is supposed to be coming for antenatal and doing checkup here, we've not seen you in a while. Why have you not been coming? No call, even till when I gave birth, nothing at all. And I'm actually on their WhatsApp group. So it's not supposed to be constant customer service of the hospital you're registering in. Yes. Right, so we are here once again. Just on for them, they will come. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning, ma. Morning. Thank you, ma.
You came first. You drop your small.
All right. Good morning, ma. Good morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So the purpose of that technology, when you deliver in the marketplace, you don't even know where you are again. By the time you record everything, your father from maybe the mother to deliver inside bus, from the deliver inside the market, from the deliver inside the mall. So they can use anything that is affected to record the call. And you know our leg moves about. Your shoe has picked something and going. By the time the razor or scissor just fall down, they will just pick it, cut the cord. There might be bacteria of tetanus in that thing. And once that baby is born, is delivered, and they use that thing to cut the cord, it will affect the baby. It will affect the baby. You know what I'm trying to say? So when you take this tetanus toxin, if you do what? It will protect your baby, it will protect you too. So if you now sustain any injury, you are not going to start taking immunization because maybe you have.
Right, so we're through with our classes. And see the gifts we're giving. I got the gifts. I got the gifts. Missing parts. We're going for our vitals now. Yeah. It's cold, so that's why I have my hoodie on, my fancy, beautiful hoodie. Alright, so I'm going back now. I've done my vitals. I'm going back now to wait to be called to see the doctor. Alright, so our test results, scan results out. I'm adding up. I have a copy and the hospital has a copy. I'm taking it to the doctor now so they can drop it in my file. I'm heading upstairs to do that, just that, to drop, and I will be done. That's all for today. After which I am going to the canteen to eat correct cebu and okra soup.